Are your friends your real true friends, or are they there only when they need you and will leave you when you need them? I'm Sabrina from T1B1, and I'll be talking about the social network that was inspired by Facebook billionaire Mark Zuckerberg himself. It was released in 2010, directed by David Fincher, and with the help of Aaron Sorkin for its screenplay. It stars Jesse Eisenberg, Andrew Garfield, and Justin Timberlake in this thrilling biographical drama film. It was nominated for and received many awards all around the world. Most notably, it won Best Achievement in Film Editing at Oscar. The Social Network is a film adapted from The Accidental Billionaires, where it shows what Zuckerberg had to go through for the success of what we call as Facebook now. This film is packed with drama and betrayal between best friends, lovers, and partners, which would determine how Zuckerberg created Facebook, which is intriguing to all those who actually watch it. Even though it was well received by many, Mark Zuckerberg was actually hurt by what he called made-up stuff that was done on the social network. Nevertheless, he commented on how the filmmakers got his wardrobe right, with Jesse Eisenberg spotting the famous grey t-shirt in his film, as Zuckerberg didn't want to waste time on making silly decisions on what to wear. Since it won the Best Achievement in Film Editing, let's look at the use of editing in his film. It has an interesting way of showing how one scene relates to one another, as can be seen from how it cross-cuts from a scene to another scene in a smooth transition, as if it is a continuous conversation between Zuckerberg, Eduardo, and the Winklevoss, when in fact it took place in two different boardrooms at different times and locations to Zuckerberg's account of his story. With this cross-cut editing, it allows the audience to pick up on how important the scene is, and how it is either going to affect or has already affected the film in some way. This will capture the audience's attention, and they will be more intrigued in knowing what will happen next in the show, and it also gives a rhythmic feel to this part of the film. The film also shows when Zuckerberg had just broken up with his girlfriend. Quick cuts were seen from scene after scene in his bedroom, when he had an idea to create a website to rate girls. This shows how fast he was thinking and how drunk he was, as he was trying not to think about her by doing what he is best at doing, creating new and exciting ideas. This part of the film makes the viewer realize that Zuckerberg was actually hurt, but could not or maybe did not know how to express his feelings. Thus, he made himself busy. One other part that really stood out to me for editing was when Sean, played by Justin Timberlake, contacted Zuckerberg, played by Jesse Eisenberg, when he was caught by the police for bringing in interns to his party with drugs. It shows Sean at the right of the scene, and it cuts to Zuckerberg where he is at the left of the scene. It then shows no matter how many times they move, they will never be on the same side. This shows how Sean is trying to gain Zuckerberg's trust back, but Zuckerberg is avoiding him at all costs, which also shows that his trust for Sean is gone, and no matter how hard he tries, there won't be any trust between them. What's the use of great editing if there isn't awesome cinematography to go with it? Let me start by saying how wonderfully the scenes were shot. The lighting in this film portrays many emotions perceived by the audience for each character. For example, the intimate and soft lighting used in the start of the film between Zuckerberg and his girlfriend shows how close they were. The harsh and chaotic lighting used for Sean in the club scene makes him look more sinister, and it also seems that he is plotting something against Zuckerberg. Adding to the dim light in his room, the fiery light adds tension and more drama to the scene in Eduardo's room, and his girlfriend lights his gift on fire right when he was talking to Zuckerberg on the phone. The fire might be a representation of Zuckerberg's anger towards Eduardo, and when Eduardo doused the fire out, at the same time he is dousing the flame out in Zuckerberg when he apologized to him on what he has done. Another awesome cinematography that really made me love this film is the scene where it shows the rowers rowing the canoe with such strength. This scene actually uses the tilt shift like focus effect as it is to make it more natural and as humanly as possible. A scene where it focuses on how we would view it than how it is supposed to be filmed. Color also plays a big part in this film. Duller and darker colors are used for Zuckerberg, which portrays him as a boring or maybe an introvert type of person, but brighter colors are used for Sean to show his outgoing nature. What I consider is the most impactful part of this film as a whole is the lessons that you can learn from it. Well, from this film, I could see how different people's perspective actually affects how Zuckerberg thinks, even though he tries to hide it. Don't ever keep things to yourself. Sometimes all you have to do is ask. He is a smart guy, with also a smart mouth, so whatever you do, think twice of what you want to say to someone, as it might either affect them in a good or bad way. One thing you must never ever be is someone's pawn to be played around with. And don't ever trust people easily without knowing them well. Oh, and don't ever betray people, like how Zuckerberg betrayed his own best friend just for money. That's just bad. This is a film I would definitely recommend to those who have been struggling in their life and wondering if they have been making bad decisions. No matter how uncertain or unconfident you are of yourself, just know that it will work out when the time is right.